This is Sasheen.
Sasheen, hey, Max here. Thank you for coming. It's nice to meet you in this way.
Yes.
So, uh, the Lion Group, I wonder what are you guys doing and how is it related to Girk
We talk about oneness and unity. We talk about the things that are moving forward in the oneness and unity, how the species are involved with creating the oneness and unity with your beings as well. Your species does not adhere to oneness very well, and we are here to help your species learn what oneness and the unity can do for the power of the species, for the advancement of the species, for the and acknowledgement throughout the universe of the species, in the sense that you are connected in many ways, but you are not aware of all your connections. So therefore, we are bringing a connectedness as much as possible to your species, even with those that are unaware of the connectedness. We can make them feel connections through different kinds of situations, such as problems and troubles, destruction. Sometimes people unify through these things, even though it may seem like a dark way to do things. They become united in one-minded about a subject matter, and then we can help them unify as beings together, as friends, as people that are looking for like things in your realm, for people who are doing like things in your realm and moving into ascension processes in your realm. We also look for those people that are reaching out to others and connecting on their own in a very positive way. We do not want to bring anyone in that is not ready for the oneness or the connectivity. There are many that are not ready for this yet, but the oneness will help with these things. You will find that the energies of your planet are very erratic and that they do not tend to bring people together. But there are energies coming that will surround you and make you feel better about yourself, and so able to be more connected with others and their uh, connectivity as well. Others you can connect to even though they are not reaching out. You can still connect to them and then possibly bring them into a reach out position. There are those that are reaching out, but you have not connected with them because they are not ready to connect with you quite yet. We are looking into this in many ways.
Thank you very much. So, when you're saying about speaking, is it through channeling or some other way?
Every way possible.
I'm not sure what other ways are available except channeling.
Channeling is one way to get the information through to your people, but you must discuss it among yourselves. You must be positively charged with the thought process of connection.
So I understand that there is a group of you, and you are sort of broadcasting the message to us. So
Yeah,
what I'm missing is that are you broadcasting it through channelers or what are the other ways you are broadcasting?
we broadcast through channelers, yes. That is our main method of getting information to the human race. But once the information is given to the human race, we hope that they would proliferate it among themselves so that it would spread, because they are the examples of what we teach. What we are teaching is something beautiful and loving, kind and unifying. And so we hope that they will be an outreach among themselves. But
Uh-huh.
there is very little other ways we can communicate.
Right, right. So there is nothing other than channeling. How you can
Channeling,
communicate, nothing other than channeling, or whatever. You can visit us at night and give us messages, but it's also spiritual messages or
yeah,
technologically delivered messages to our minds, right?
we do that, yes. We have given technological messages and spiritual messages through dream state to those that are open for it.
Yeah, I invite you to come to me in my dreams and meditations, or physically too.
We will look
Thank you.
into your brain and see what you are looking for, see how you communicate, and what onenesses or unities that you have within yourself already that can actually reach out into the world and that we can use as examples within you. Then we will also bring more information to you through technology or through spirituality that will help you connect to the world better.
So, one more way would be for you guys to produce YouTube videos and post them on YouTube. You can produce very human looking videos, so it could be humans who are speaking, but they can carry your messages.
Yes, there are many such messages on YouTube and in the internet, many such oneness messages and unity messages, but they are not buzzwords as far as humankind is considered. We have to add buzzwords to make people even reference them.
So you're you're making these videos, or is it
We are
people who
helping
are
to make them, yes.
you're helping? But you cannot do it directly, right?
We can, but that is a long drawn out process because of things that I don't want to go into right now. But the thing is, yes, we are helping to do these things.
I mean, it would be so nice if you were able to directly make the videos that it would have an imprint of your energy directly.
Our
So,
energy is directed toward humans. The humans
right.
will make the videos the way they see fit, and hopefully they are correct. We do guide and direct them during these times. Remember, we don't have our technology on your planet, so therefore we use what technology is available on your world to help us.
Uh-huh. So, speaking about the unity, uh, the humanity is being united in a very different way at the moment. This transformation during the quarantine is profound, and there are some alien and spiritual forces behind it. So there is a certain unification, but this unification happens um, through the old ways, I would say. But there is a lot of unification through the planet. All countries go through the very similar processes and unify under some sort of global management. And so far, they do a decent job in keeping this under control and keeping the economy from crashing. So there is a unification there. I just wonder if there is any what do you think about their unification and your unification? Because they seem quite different.
They are quite different. Your your planet is rather diverse in its thought processes, and it is actually more more divided than unified. Your thought processes go in every direction, and there are people willing to fight for the wrong things and people willing to fight for the right things, and then there are people just willing to fight. They are not all unified. They are looking for trouble, some of them. We are trying to find a way to bring peace to your planet that is greater than what it is now. There's a great deal of anger, a great deal of deception, and a great deal of dishonor on your world. And so we are here to try to find ways to patch those things up. But that is very difficult. For some of these belief systems go so deep as to be thousands of years old and go from generation to generation. So we are working to exemplify certain areas of the world to stand out, to be positive, to be an example to the world so that they will see what can be done with this kind of unification.
Right. So you're talking about ascension, and I just wonder what is the straighter way to ascension to I'm questioning that approach of sort of grassroots liberation versus so basically there is a division in the world. One force is clearly trying to modernize the control and to get everybody united under some sort of cybernetic control. And I'm not sure what is driving this force, but I assume there is a spiritual force that is driving it. It's more like Luciferian force, but they're doing it in a very um, efficient way, I would say. They they're very good in managing the planet, and my fear is that if the grassroots win, wouldn't it cause a complete collapse of the system? So that's the question. Technological unification versus grassroots liberation. I'm not sure which one is healthier.
A grassroots federation would have to be
Liberation.
whatever it is. This grassroots uh, collection will have to be quite powerful to make their understanding known and accepted. It would have seemed to me that this kind of movement would not succeed.
That's what I'm saying. That the message of unity is drowned in the message of technological unification.
Hmm. We will look into that because technological unification is unification,
Yes,
although it is not in any way spiritual or necessarily positive. It's more neutral.
right,
But through that neutral connection, positivity can be spread.
right. Because I'm thinking when they start, they already connected. Like technology already connected people through the smartphones, and the Facebook network has its spiritual component. Basically, it's not the whole humanity, but a big part of the Westerners who are now connected through some sort of communication network, and it has its spiritual qualities too. There is some spirit standing behind it.
Yes.
So, but it's been manipulated very. I mean, it's manipulation by some corporate global corporations is very clear there. But what I'm
Yes.
saying is they will possibly create the first unity, like internet and collective unity, and the spiritual message of unity might have to go through this kind of pretty un- technological, unnatural ways. That's my point.
You have many kinds of spiritual communications on your planet. It is not that you do not. There are technological communications for unity, but there are many different ways to enter the spiritual community and unify through that as well. It seems like that is a dying way to uh, empower the people, but we can enforce it and make it a more powerful way to get to them. The holographic thought process is that technology is the way of the future, but spirituality will always exist, and spirituality it will always be individualized to each and every person, and always, somehow, humans seem to share spirituality one with another in kind words, in deeds, and in thought processes that are very positive. Their spiritual connection to the planet and to ecology and the ecology is also very notable with many of your peoples. They are very drawn to the spiritual aspects of the world. This is where we will work. It is not a grassroots uh, movement. It is of, of a great, vast movement of many people, but we just want to connect them together so that they understand that they are not alone in this movement and they are not alone in their understandings of spirituality, oneness, and moving forward.
Right. So I'm looking at people, and lately I was sort of my whatever, yeah, my activities forced me to me communicate with a lot of people of different layers of society, and had to meet people which I normally wouldn't meet, and it looks like they're stuck in their fighting mode or fear mode, and especially the discussions about vaccines are kind of forcing people to speak up on Facebook. So this is another way of seeing their spiritual level of development. And obviously, there is a lot of karma there. I'm getting it to karma. So there is a lot of karma, unresolved karma about fight. Like we are an incarnation of Atlantis, which still wants to fight. Our souls are still carrying that karmic charge of fighting. And it looks like the planet itself, the energies of the planet, are shifting towards the cycle of whatever was happening in the 30s, the rise of fascism and Nazis and readiness for the war. It's like maybe 15 years before the real war, but there is a lot of parallels with the rise of Nazis. And this rise wasn't only in Germany; it was everywhere. It was some sort of a division, and um, how do you call it? You would say, yeah, it's redistribution of control. Redistribution of control. There is a clear tendency to the totalitarian system. So what I'm saying, your message of unity will fall on the system which is charged with karma of the conflict and the totalitarian energies of the planet. How do would you deal with that?
We are focusing on the people that's visions are turned outward, which means that they are not focused on just inward and selfish thought processes, but are looking outward to see what is actually happening in the world and what things can be changed through their positivity. Many people are not looking at positivity at all, and this is where we want to change the world. Is their negativity is so advanced that something must happen to point them in an outward direction. Everything's pointed inward, and uh, there is no outward movement of positivity. Only with themselves are they positive, and they're not even positive with themselves. So, therefore, the negativity consumes them. And I do not think that they are happy about this situation. And so, we will give them examples of those that are actually happy, those that are actually content, those that have experience with unity, with communication, with life in a positive realm. And then that will force them to reevaluate their negativity in some way. But right now, it is not happening as quickly as we would like. It is happening in some places, but is not something that is contagious.
One of my points was that people here, again, I mean, meeting people from different layers of the society. Many of them are raising their vibration. Their uh, main lesson in life, based on their energy, is to go from physical labor to sales. Other people from sales to a warrior, and then other people from a warrior to a ruler. So they're stuck in those karmical lessons, and they enjoy the opportunities to go fight, for example, or to go deceive people in sales because that's their life lesson. They came here for this life lesson. So they're very far from the idea of love and unity. I mean, for them, the idea of love and unity only reachable through learning the sales art or the fighter art or the manager's art before they get there. So you're dealing with a planet which is not ready.
How will you get it ready? We must start somewhere. So we are here to prepare. We know that your planet is not ready for all these changes, but we are preparing for them. We have to plant the seeds. We have to be the examples. We have to find the examples on your planet that are outstanding so that people can understand that change is possible. Without that understanding, things will go on the same way as they always have. Therefore, that that thought process that they are not ready is not acceptable. Of course they are not. We must make them ready.
So Krishna Das is,
Yes?
oh, you know Krishna Das.
Yes.
Uh-huh. So Krishna Das is very cool. He is carrying the energy of his guru Nim Karali Baba, Maharaji Nim Karali Baba. And he says one of his main teachings is that a person who aims at enlightenment has to practice the art of focusing on a goal and practicing on focusing on a spiritual practice, practicing the practice, but focusing. So single-mindedness He says it's the door for enlightenment. And for me, it's so foreign. I proud myself in my ability to be all over the place. And that's the way the spiritual messages get to me because I'm all over the place. It's like instead of focusing in one place, I'm everywhere.
That is good. We are glad that you are, because part of that is our message. We are not just focused in one place. We have to be focused on changing the other places. We speak about the unity, the positivity, the love, the light, of course. And people get bored of that, but they do not see it in the same way that we do. They see it as something that is unrealistic or unattainable. We do not see it that way because that is not how our societies see it. Our societies have changed over the many centuries and are now looking at darkness in a much different way, and a way that is um, sad, but yet we can move forward in a much greater and uh, more intellectual and much more gratifying way. Gratifying ways are not necessarily of negativity. Many people will say that they have reached gratification through their negative actions, but they are still empty. They are still longing. They are still looking. We want to bring about true satisfaction through the positivity and spirituality that is necessary to change the planet.
So lots of people are stuck here in the physical drama, and the straightest way out is through psychedelics because they kind of give a person the experience of transcension,
Yeah.
transcendence, immediate transcendence, like at will. You just go there and then come back. And I noticed that marijuana is also an aid in that direction. Lots of people in California and some other countries where they legalize marijuana are, and actually in some other states which legalize marijuana, they are using that to walk the path back and forth, just to visit their places. Um,
Yes. It depends on how these substances are used, how they affect you, and how they move you forwards or backwards, or not at all. But usually it's one way or the other. We would prefer that people would use them looking for a forward motion, looking for positivity and awareness and a new beginning in some ways, or a new information.
right. It would be so nice to be able to visit you guys. And McKenna mentioned that one of the psychedelic trips allowed him to visit the reptilian world, and he said it was a very detailed visit where they gave him a big tour over their culture, jewelry making, and traditions and technologies and way of living. So he had the whole tour, and I'm missing that. It would be nice to visit other worlds, at least this way.
Your intentions are important during these times of uh, usage for these different materials. So, whenever you intention yourself to move forward or into a focused area, this can be dealt with by the substance. And bringing you into that area is what it is meant to do. Sometimes it is sidetracked because it is uh, confused, or the meanings can be uh, dual.
So are you guys having the visitors this way?
We do visit you this way.
Oh, you visit us.
Of course, we do. There are times when we visit during what you call trips or experiences or episodes. We are there because we want to help guide it forward, depending on your intention. Now, if it's purely recreational, it's harder for us to attach, but we sometimes still can if that recreational experience is a very positive one.
So how does it look? Like if someone visits you during the trip, how does it look to you?
How do you look to us?
Yeah.
You look, we are seeing you from your mind's eye, meaning that you are expanding your mind to come look at us.
Uh-huh.
We are seeing that you are a face. We are seeing that you are a being from another place, an astral projection, perhaps, a holographic projection, perhaps. But you are there to, in a spiritual realm, and we must be in that spiritual realm as well in order for us to see you, meaning that we might be in meditation, we might be in prayer. But if we are doing our everyday lives, we would probably not meet you that way. But if we are in prayer or meditation, we could definitely attach to where you are in your spiritual projection, take you around and show you many different things because we are much more aware of our spiritual projections than you are.
Uh-huh. It's very nice. Very cool. So it would be nice to trip to you at will, like press a button or swallow a tablet and then tour visit you guys for
Remember
consultation. It would be nice. Go ahead.
remember this. If you have experienced something in the past, no matter what it is, there is a memory of it within you. You can recreate that memory within you. It is not necessary that you have any drugs or any substances to recreate some of these experiences because your subconscious holds all things. All you have to know is how to access it.
Yeah, I got a pain last afternoon, and if you could heal that or at least look at it, that would be cool. It is not attached to anything. It's more like just hanging there without any attachment. But it's pretty. Um, it if it is not removed, it will land somewhere. But it's so right now. It's just a cloud of pain that travels or sits unattached.
A nerve cluster.
It's not attached to the nerves yet. It's kind of
It's
hanging with, barely attached to them. It's more like moving around. It's very new. It's like just some sort of energy that is wishing to just popped up there. I don't know. It came during the actually it's called truce, but making a peace with someone who was a friend and then uh, was offended, and I was apologizing, and at that moment that pain came and sits here.
yes, let us look at that. We can take that away from you.
Eh, whatever is good. Yeah, I'm not sure actually what's the lesson here. Maybe there is some lesson, but I'm not sure. But it's clearly uncomfortable.
Yes.
Um, So you guys, are you located in the solar system?
Not your solar system. But many of us are located around your solar system.
Hmm,
There are many vehicles, ships, and now many wormholes pointed directly toward this solar system. So it's easy to get here now, much more easy than it was perhaps 20 years ago. But there are many visiting and many looking to help. There are those here to confine or confound the work that we are doing. But all in all, the positivity outweighs the negativity. So we are here from outside of your solar system.
So a few years ago, there was a quarantine over the solar system, not on the planet, but over the solar system, where the entrance was closed to many species. Is it lifted now?
To some extent, but not completely. There are still certain species not allowed to come back into your solar system because of uh, their actions while they were here. They, the galactic government has sent them out for a, a long duration of time because that is their punishment.
Cool. So we're in good hands now.
Mostly.
So who is running this quarantine project?
The quarantine program,
Yeah, the quarantine project. Yes.
the angels,
And who is seeding the
more,
virus?
more precisely, the seraphim are running it. And what about your vaccine programs on your world or your disease and viruses? Those are controlled by your peoples and the peoples that are controlling your world.
Okay. So you were saying that the solar system quarantine is ran by the angels and seraphim, and that quarantine on the planet and takeover of power is ran by humans.
Yes,
Somehow it feels like it is more organized than humans are capable of. Is there like a force above them?
you are unaware of how advanced your species really is. The secret space program is 150 years beyond where you are living. Your cabal, as they are called, are well advanced technologically over humanity than any other beings alive. And they are using it to their benefit.
But are they controlled by aliens?
Yes, but those aliens are not on the planet, but they communicate with them quite often.
Right. So it's not all only humans. It's a mixture.
Yes. They
Oh,
are
so they're
allowed
not
to
in
come.
solar system.
What?
So these controllers are not in the solar system.
Of the Earth, yes, they are in the solar system,
Ah,
but they do not go to your planet physically. They are
ah.
allowed to communicate and say whatever they want. And this permits information to the cabal that may not be actually legal.
Uh-huh. Got it. And you don't know where they're located, or do you? the aliens?
Yes.
You do.
Are located in their distinct hiding places. The cabal is hidden. They are not out in front. They have many faces that go out before them and say or assist the world, and people think that that is the cabal. They say, ah, this family, that family. But these are only faces of the cabal, not truly who they are.
Uh-huh. But the aliens that communicate from afar, are they located in a solar system? Do you know their locations?
Yes. Some are on the moon, some are on Mars.
Uh-huh. And is there like a spiritual force behind them?
Yes, but it is not a positive one.
Hmm.
But they would consider themselves very positive. But if you would look at the outcome of what they are looking at for the far future, it is not a positive outcome for your peoples. No freedom whatsoever is not a positive outcome.
Uh-huh. So the humanity is predicted by Blavatsky and theosophists to give a birth to the next biological species, like the sixth race. And Bashar calls it Homo galacticus. And the genetic manipulation already started of humans. Genetic manipulation of humans is proceeding pretty fast now with the vaccines and stuff. So, what are the qualities of this coming race? Do you see it coming? How will it look? How would it be different?
There is still a battle for the next race of people for this planet. After your species rises or ascends, there will be those left behind that will not understand what this is all about. And they will be taken over by another race or another species, perhaps will come and have a greater influence. Those species are still fighting for access to this world.
Hmm. Blavatsky was saying that the sixth race will be based off humans, I assume genetically based, but I'm not sure. So you're saying it might be a foreign race that will come.
It will be based on humanity, yes, because it will have some DNA from humanity, at least from the long past or from um, hybridization,
So the hybrids are coming basically.
basically.
And it's not decided which ones will. So it could be a very hybrid species.
It could be.
Like the Earth is conducive to varieties of species. It produces lots of various races, so it can easily hold a lot of different hybrids. So we can just become another hybrid colony.
Yes. But remember this. Your planet is also in the midst of being terraformed and changed completely. You have seen the changes happening over the years, but they are coming faster and faster these days because the terraforming is much faster now.
Are you saying that will be uncomfortable for humans in the future?
Eventually,
So this hybrid species would have to be different and
yes,
adjust to that.
yes.
Is it temperature or something else?
atmosphere is the first change.
Uh-huh.
They are changing the breathability of the atmosphere, which will also change the heat of the planet and will also change the water uh, as it is now.
So who is doing that?
Mostly reptilians.
Ah,
However, as far as we can see, they will not be completely successful. They will be stopped at some stage, and the planet will not be terraformed to their likeness. So they will not be happy with the outcome of what they are doing at this time.
interesting. So it's undecided, basically.
Yes.
All right, I ran out of time, but it was uh, very interesting to discuss that. The message was very interesting. Um, yeah, I guess I'm in between Unity and analytics. Yeah, analytics is a big part of me, so I have to like really understand things.
Analyzing, being an analyst is very much part of becoming a unified. You must analyze everything. So we are happy that you analyze.
I'm getting to people like light workers. This is a young generation, and it's very different. Like Californians, and it's actually a culture which mostly lives in mobile homes, and RVs, and it's a very interesting culture. They are very far from scientific. They're very far from technological. They exist in some state of mind which is more like in the heart and in the spirit. So they're very spiritual. But I find that these are my people, but I clearly differ from them in the mode of action. I really need to like logically analyze things, and they don't.
We are not
So
trying to bring everybody into the sameness. Unity and sameness are different.
mm,
Everybody must be themselves and must be who they are. But the unity can accept all of that within it. Sameness would be boring.
I see. I see. All right.
Good.
Again, I ran out of time. Thank you very much, and thank you for your message. And please, visit me soon. I would like to experience you in my uh, first-hand experience.
Very well. Be well.
You too.
Hello?
Hey, Jim, welcome back.
No, thanks.
So I will see you in a couple of weeks.
Yep. See you in a couple weeks. Have a good
Thanks.
one. Bye bye.
Bye.